Hey everyone, welcome and welcome back. So today we are going to, I am going to try out my Turner Acryl Gouache, and I have this little image here on a small canvas. I wasn't brave enough to try this on a big one yet, so we're going to start small, and I'm going to start with the background. I want to make sure I have enough color, and I'm going to be using permanent orange, and I think because I don't want it so well, let's start with, because I do believe if I did my research properly, that the darker colors dry lighter and the lighter colors dry darker. So we're gonna see, we're gonna test that. Okay, so I'm just coming in with this orange. I want the background to be orange. I don't know how acrylic gouache is gonna work on canvas, but we're gonna do it. I spritzed the canvas a little bit just so that it can be semi-wet, and I'm extremely new to this medium, so this is a test run. So I'm gonna do one layer, and then if it looks like it needs another, then I'll come back. But I hear, and I've been told, that you have to be very fast with this, and I don't think I mixed enough. I don't think I put down enough. I know a little bit goes a long way, but this is a fairly big background, I think, because I only put a little bit and I'm already halfway. I got one half pretty much done, so we are going to hope. And I'll probably get a smaller brush to get in here. I won't try and get in there and, But luckily I didn't mix it with anything. This is just the orange, and I'm mixing it with water. But it's already, and I tried the Stay Wet palette thing, and it does kind of work, but I think I didn't have enough water, so they were drying faster than what it was drying in the other person's video. So I don't know, and this might not even be a voiceover. I mean, this might not even be real time. I would like it to be real time, but if I seem like I'm taking a little bit too long, then I'll have to speed it up and do either voiceover, or I will do, if I don't do voiceover, then I'll do I'll just speed it up and add like some music or something, because again, this is my first time with this medium doing, coloring my actual artwork, or coloring anything really with it. I tried to test it out a little bit in one of my other images, but the ink that I drew the image with was not waterproof, so I had a lot of issues. So this one was sketched in pencil, and it's on canvas. The other one was on paper. Uh-oh, I got a little bit on his face, but that's okay. I think I can layer over. I'm gonna come in with a smaller brush for some of these smaller parts. So you can layer over this. This is technically acrylic paint. It's just that it has some, oh, that's all chair I just colored over. So we'll find out if we actually can color over that, and if not, then we'll change the chair a little bit. And that is the good thing about these. You can supposedly layer over. Now, I don't know if I can layer over orange with white, but we'll see. I'm gonna add some more because it's not enough. I thought it was enough, but it's not enough. Just a little bit. We only have a little bit to go, but it's already starting to dry. So I'm just gonna add, might be a little bit too much water, but we only need to cover, and I don't really want any of the white to show, so I'm trying to cover that too. And then I guess I can wait a little bit for it to dry. It doesn't take too long to dry. It dries a little bit slower than acrylic, but not as slow as, like, you know, anything else. So you still have to be fairly quick. I'm gonna put some more here. And I went a little bit over on him, but we all know he's white, so we can fix it. And then there's some there, and I'm just gonna put, okay. I just wanna make a straight, I say straight line, okay, there. Now I don't know if I'm gonna actually outline any of this in anything. I might just leave it the way it is, or I might outline it in the gouache. Pick a nice color to outline, to line the work in. So I hope everyone is doing okay. I really am liking the way that these feel. They have a nice matte finish. It's not glossy like the acrylic. So I am enjoying that. Getting into these smaller parts are a little hard. I don't really have any detail brushes, so getting into these small parts are just a little hard right now. And I'm trying to avoid his hair. Okay. Same thing over here. I mean, I guess we could put, like, we can make the chair, because the chair is going to be brown, so it'll be fine. And then this part of the chair seems like I didn't get enough paint here. I want to make sure that I got everything. There's a little bit right there. I can probably get in there with, I have I wouldn't call it a detail brush, but it is a small brush. I can probably get in there with. Once I get some detail brushes, that would be great. For now, this will do. It's been very windy today, so if you guys hear, like, you know, the wind or any noises in the background that's not the normal noises by Mizu, it's probably the wind. All right, so that's actually part of the table, but I'm just gonna lift this up for a second. So this side seems a little bit patchy. So with the paint that I have left, I'm gonna go over it a little bit. I'm just gonna go across. Oh, okay. That looks better. And I did spritz the canvas a little bit before I started, so that we can have some, I wouldn't have to struggle too much with this background. Okay. So next I think we can do the chair, since I kind of accidentally went over it a little bit. And I'm going to see how this other brush here fares. And let me just rinse off. There's a lot of orange. And I set some colors to the side that I want to use, so we'll see how, I'll leave that there. I don't know. It's a lot of orange on these brushes. Did I have that much? My goodness. Okay. You have to really make sure I see that these are clean. Another reason why I said if this takes too long of me trying to, I mean, you guys might want to see my struggle process, honestly, because when I look on YouTube, a lot of these artists, they already know what they're doing, and or they edit a lot of the stuff out that, you know, they edit a lot of things out, and I kind of want to leave those things in just so that you guys know that there's a real struggle behind a lot of the things that go on, at least for me. Some of these artists, you never know, they might not be struggling. I might be the only one that's out here struggling. I mean, I know that's not true, but okay. So I want to, like, I see some of the artists, they use these flat brushes, and they say that the flat brushes are better, maybe for like, you know, going in and doing what you have to do for like the angles and such. I was watching a couple of videos, and most of the videos I see they're using this flat brush, but I don't know if I can get with the program on that one. I think I'm gonna have to stick with my not flat brush for now. I might practice with that one at some point, but for now, this is the way it's gonna go for me, because this is the most comfortable. Hopefully I'm making sense. And for those of you who already know how to use this medium, kudos, because it's a learning curve for sure. And it's a learning curve that I would like to learn. So if you have any easy tips, ones that are not going to have me out here losing my mind trying to figure out, though. Nothing too complicated, guys. I don't do well with complicated. So I know I'm opening the floodgates for the tips, but nothing too crazy. If you can help it. I know some people are probably excited, especially the ones who know how to use it. They're gonna be like, oh, you have to do this, and then do this, and make sure you do this, and one tip at a time, one tip at a time. So one tip per person. I love you guys, but I don't want to struggle too much. So that's where his hands are. That actually should be chair. And then I'm gonna see if I can go over this orange, because this is technically supposed to be part of the chair. And I did this in pencil, and I probably should have it's a little hard to see my sketch, so I'm just kind of following. I don't have a small enough brush to get into there, so I'll probably use color pencil to fix that. So I'm gonna add a little bit of water, and these things, they do dry really quick, so you have to be fairly fast. And I'm sorry if my head shows up in this, but if you are not quick, it will dry. And so now the table, I think, will be, I want it to be a darker brown, so I'm gonna add some sepia, I don't know. I'm gonna add some of that to this burnt sienna that I just put, and hoping, I mean, I could add some white, but I think I'm just gonna add some burnt sienna to the sepia. I'm gonna mix them together and see what I get. Because I do want it to be a nice darker table, but I don't want it to be, I don't want it to get lost. And I'm actually mixing in my ceramic plate that I got from the dollar store. And so far, I do like mixing in there. I mean, I like putting my paint in there. I thought I was gonna have to find like a whole separate, I know some of this paint is probably gonna go underneath this washi tape. I pray it doesn't, but I know it probably is. But I thought I was gonna have to find a separate like mixing thing. I thought I was gonna have to get a special palette and all of that jazz, but nope. I got this little $3 thing from the dollar store, and that is what I'm using. I'm also still in the process of testing my brushes to see which brushes are staying with me and which ones I'm kicking to the curb. Sorry if I get like super quiet on you guys. I'm just concentrating, and also it's a little hard to see my own sketch. So I haven't added any highlights or anything. I think I'm actually going for, I'm not going for any like real blending right now. I'll probably do some cell shading. Going for kind of like the, if you ever played Zelda, the Wind Waker, going for that kind of a color vibe. Excuse me. Now, I don't have a small enough brush. I do have one that is really small, but I don't have any, like, it's too soft and I don't have any real control over it. I also have this one. I'm gonna pull these, but I don't have any real control over them, but we're gonna try it out. So I'm gonna bring in some yellow ochre for the chopsticks. So I only need a dab of that, I think. I keep trying to have it in my mind that a little bit goes a long way. So I'm trying to keep to that so I'm not out here wasting paint. So I'm just gonna mix some water with it. If I need to add some more, I will. All right. So I'm gonna try to I guess it's probably better that I outline in pencil. That way, if things don't work out, I can just, it goes over the pencil sketch, so you don't even see it, which is pretty good. My issue is going to be his hands and the sleeves and whatever else is going on right here, but we'll figure it out. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of maybe a little bit of permanent yellow deep to this for the noodles. I'm just gonna add a dab of that because I don't want it too bright. So we have some noodles here. And he's just hanging out, eating a bowl of ramen. I know normally I'm like much chattier, but when I feel like I have to concentrate a little bit, then I'm a lot less chatty. I'm gonna add some of this I don't know, this might be too brown. Maybe I'll add some yellow to it. Okay. Just kind of want it to look like noodles and not like he's just eating yellow soup. I mean, technically yes, but you know what I mean? Okay. Now we're gonna move on to that green thing, and this, I actually have more control over this brush than I thought I did. I kind of like this one. Okay, so there's some seaweed here. I'm gonna add a little bit of some olive green. And I'm actually gonna mix a little white with this because I don't want it too dark. So just a dab of white. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this of me. Whoa, that was close. I dripped some water. All kinds of stuff is happening. Drip some water on their little thing there. Okay. So we have our seaweed. And that's right here. He has a nice healthy bowl of noodles. Wonder if he's gonna actually finish it all. Okay. I also have to figure out how to mix some grays because I see some noodles back there that I kind of forgot about. Because he is white, and we're gonna actually add some white to him. But he's white, but we gotta add his shadows when we start adding shadows to everything. Okay. So let's see, what else do we have? We have our nice big juicy piece of meat. So for that, I'm gonna try crimson. And I'm gonna add a little bit of this, I think it's called John Brilliant. This one, for some reason, is coming out kind of thick. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It doesn't sound like it. Okay. I'm gonna add some brown to this because it didn't look like meat color. So I'm gonna add some brown so it actually looks like meat a little bit. Cooked meat anyway. I'll tell you what, this is a definite, it's a little bit different than coloring in a coloring book. It's a bit different, actually. It's, not quite the same. I think he's got 2 pieces of meat there, so we'll add, it looks like he has another piece hanging off the bowl here. I think my brush is drying out a bit. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna add some more of this. All right. So we have some eggs here off to the side. And I think I'm gonna attempt to make those brown eggs. So I have some of this yellow ochre here, but I might need to add some white because this might be it doesn't look very, I mean, I could do burnt sienna and white. That might work. I'm just gonna put some white here off to the side. Gonna put a little bit there, and this is the mixing white that I just got yellow mixed into it. Okay. And I'm no pro at mixing colors as far as paint. I'm just guessing here. So in case anybody wants to ask me, oh, how did you? I don't know. Is going to be my answer. I hate to tell you, but I don't know. I'm just guessing, trial and error, which I feel like I probably shouldn't do. I probably shouldn't do trial and error on an actual piece, but since you can go over this, I feel like it's safe to do. I'm gonna grab some white. Neither one of these is a brown that I'm going for. If I add some of this yellow ochre into this, that's too red. So I think I'm gonna go, and that's another reason why I wish, like, I can't wait to get more colors, because I'm more of a I need convenience colors person. I don't do well with mixing my own colors. I don't feel comfortable with that color. I'm more of a convenience color type of person. And then from there, I can probably mix my own colors. But give me like the standard stuff. Like, I don't have a gray. I know you can do black and white and that'll give you gray, but it's more convenient if you just give me a gray. I'll just take the gray. But my birthday is next month, so maybe I'll ask very nicely for another set. And I see I missed some areas with this meat, so I'm just gonna what else? So we have it's actually called a Naruto, but it's a fish cake, and that actually has some pink, and I have a coral red here that seems to be a good contender for it, but I'm gonna add some white because I think it's like a really light pink in the fish cake. So I'm just gonna add a bit of white, and I probably have too much pink here, but so just the swirl is actually pink, so I'm gonna take some of that off. And then I think now would be a good time to try and mix some grays. So I have lamp black and I have jet black. So I'm gonna try it with jet black first and see what kind of gray I get from that. I really hope you guys don't mind this extra long video. I might need to break it up in 2 parts. So I'm gonna add a bunch of white to this black. Oh, there's some pink in there. How'd that happen? Okay, a pink gray. That's fine. This gray is too light. Okay, I mean too dark. But we made a pink gray. That's interesting. I don't know what a pink gray is, but we made one. I thought I cleaned my brush. It had to have come from somewhere else. But let me add some more white to this though. That might be a little bit, because I want a light gray for like the shadows and everything. And a little less pink. So before I add any shadows to him, I actually want this cup to be gray. See how it's pink? It's like a pink gray. It's not going over that orange either. Okay, I'm gonna add some more black to this. Yeah. So this is the cup, and I'm just going to wait till it dries, and then I'm gonna go over it again so I can get rid of that orange. And also these random brush strokes. But I do like that very light gray that I had. So I'm gonna add some more white. And that gray is kind of going to be, I won't use this big brush. It's gonna be our, I really need to add some more white. Actually, I want to try lamp black. Ah, okay. I got some pink on there again. Not in the black this time, but it's on the tube. Okay, now that I've wiped that off, let's find regular white. Here it is. Okay. I'm also seeing that I'm gonna need a lot more white. Big tube. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit of black and a little bit of white, and I'm gonna mix them. A little more white. So this is a nice light gray, but it might be too light for the shadows on our friend. So I want to get that consistency going. But for now, we'll just add some shadows to the bowl, because the bowl is going to be white. as well. So we'll get some shadows going along. Do a gray bowl. Gray bowl just seems a little plain to me. I don't know. And then that's part of his hand, and I think there's some bowl back there, but we're gonna outline this little Naruto cake in gray. This almost looks like a silver, but you know, okay. So our friend here is gonna have some gray shadows going here, down his ear. And then also, I think I want him coming along this side. I want it to kind of have like a Bushwald effects, I guess. Okay. And then we're going to add some going down the side here because he's enjoying his nice bowl. And we're going to add some under his neck and like through his shirt a bit. And then we're also going to add some along his hands. Not too much because I don't want it to blend in with the bowl. But so you know it's there. And as for the bowl, I'm just going to add some more of this gray. I'm going to just so that it can have a nice color. I'm going to add some white. It's very windy outside. I can't believe it. Like the windows are shaking and there's no storm or anything coming. It's just very windy. Okay. Now, for this other part of the bowl, I'm going to have to be very extremely, and I could just do it in marker, but what's the fun of that? I'm going to try and do it in paper. Probably need to wait until that gray dries. Okay, that worked out pretty nice. I don't know that I want his eyes to be super, just black. So I'm actually gonna do black and gray. I mean like a dark gray for his eyes. And there's a water drop. Okay. It is slowly coming together and I'm very excited. Okay. And I'm gonna take some more of that gray that I was using for the bowl. I'm gonna fill this part in. All right. Now, as for this cup, I'm gonna try and fix it because it looks a little weird. So I'm gonna see if I can, just gonna try and recover it, per se. And I'm gonna use probably a bigger brush. Because I want to cover that orange because I need the water to go right there. Oh yeah, that covers nicely. Okay. Okay, it's working out. It's working out. Okay, so here's what we have so far. And I like it so far. It's coming along. I'm gonna stop this video here though because we're almost at an hour and I'm gonna have to do a part 2. So I will see you guys in part 2. And if you are enjoying this, leave a like, leave a comment, share the video, do whatever you need to do so others like you can enjoy the video as well. All right, guys, see you in part 2.